Hello, my name is Mizgorski. I'm one of the career consultants that work with the undergraduate engineering students. Today, I'm going to talk about how to have a successful first job or internship experience. We're going to cover seeking clarity at the beginning of your experience, staying connected and expanding your skill set, a little bit about office behavior, office relationships, being professional, and some do's and don'ts. It is important at the beginning of any experience to talk with your supervisor and mentor and define what your goals and their goals for you will be. Not only will this give you focus, but it can serve as a list of accomplishments for your review time. And you can also use this list to update your resume for future job searches. It is always right to ask questions, whether it be about a job task or an office procedure that might not be clear. And pay attention to those in a similar position to you or those above you. You always want to meet regularly with your supervisor and mentor to make sure that your goals and the expectations for that position are being met, especially if you're having a problem. Like I said, it's best to always ask questions. And in this case, ask questions of your supervisor. You also want to keep them up to date with your projects. You can always develop additional responsibilities if possible. You don't want to be overworked or overloaded, but if you see a need, mention it to your mentor or supervisor and tell them of your desire to work on this project. You also want to use this time to build your professional network by meeting with other employees. Maybe ask them to meet for coffee, ask them about what they do, what they like about the company, what they like about their work. Also, you want to make sure that you know what the office work hours are and what is expected of you. Who approves your timesheet? And a big thing about office behavior is for any common room or common area, you want to make sure to clean up after yourself. If you're going to meet with someone in their office, you always want to knock before entering, and you want to be respectful of other people's time. For upcoming meetings, you always want to be on time. Be prepared, especially if you're going to be presenting information, and pay attention when others are speaking. In regard to flexibility, you definitely want to ask about what are the policies of working from home and also the policies of taking time off, working from home when sick. And you always want to keep your office neat. So on your desk, no big piles of paper or garbage. Never sleep while you're at work. Basically, model the behavior of those around you, those who've been there before you. And if you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask. When you're listening to music, you'll always want to keep the volume low or use earbuds or headphones. That way you're respectful to those around you. You don't want to ever get involved in office politics. You may have an answer to a problem on a work project, but it is best to listen and ask questions. And when appropriate, definitely put forth your suggestion. At times, experience is more valuable than book knowledge. Just because you were taught to solve a problem in one way doesn't make it the best way in practice. Learn from your coworkers. And when necessary, take responsibility for your piece of the puzzle. As far as dress, you want to be professional. Take a look, see how other people are dressing in the office, especially your supervisor or mentor. And if you're not sure, it's okay to ask. You want to take it easy on the cologne and perfume, and definitely shower each and every day. Be on time for work, and especially when you're coming back from lunch. People are relying on you to be there. You want to maintain an enthusiastic and positive manner. It's what we call a can-do attitude. Make personal calls only during lunch and your break times. You want to keep everything professional. If you need to miss a day of work, notify your supervisor or mentor immediately. And if you need time off, let them know as soon as you know. That way it can be fully considered and approved, hopefully. In regard to email, it's used for professional purposes. You want to make sure before you hit send on that message that you've looked over the document, made sure that there are no grammar or spelling errors. And you don't want to use any slang or texting abbreviations. Treat all your coworkers with respect, regardless of their job within the organization. Be friendly, polite, helpful where you can. And as you meet new people, introduce yourself and use your best manners. And it's always best to listen and ask questions. So now we're going to talk about some do's and don'ts. How you talk. You don't want to say, "Hey dude, what's up?" You want to speak more formally. In regard to email, you don't want to type it like a text. You are so right. You do want to email more formally. You don't want to just end the email after your message has been typed. You want to include a salutation like "thank you" in your name or "sincerely" in your name. In regard to being online, you don't want to surf the web for personal stuff during work hours. You do, however, want to use the web for only work-related tasks. And in regard to hard copy and electronic written documents, you don't want to have any typos. Take the time you need to review the documents, and you always do want to write more formally. I hope this was helpful on getting you ready for that first internship experience or that first full-time job experience. Please remember that your career consultants at the CPDC are always here for you if you have any questions. And if you would like to talk with somebody, please jump on Handshake and set up an appointment. Thank you very much.